Chapter 22 Leroy Meets the Locker of Doom. I'd never gone through security with a live bird of prey before. I thought it would cause a holdup, but instead the guards moved us into a special line. They checked out our paperwork. Bast smiled a lot, flirted with the guards, and told them they must be working out, and they waved us through. Bast's knives did not set off the alarms, so maybe she'd stored them in the Dewat. The guards didn't even try to put Sadie through the x-ray machine. I was retrieving my shoes when I heard a scream from the other side of security. Bast cursed in Egyptian. We were too slow. I looked back and saw the set animal charging through the terminal, knocking passengers out of its way. Its weird rabbit ears swiveled back and forth. Foam dripped from its curved, toothy snout, and its forked tail lashed around, looking for something to sting. "Moose!" a lady screamed. "Rabid moose!" Everyone started screaming, running in different directions, and blocking the set animal's path. Moose, I wondered. Bast shrugged. No telling what mortals will perceive. Now the idea will spread by power of suggestion. Sure enough, more passengers started yelling, "Moose!" and running around as the set animal plowed through the lines and got tangled up in the stanchions. TSA officers surged forward, but the set animal tossed them aside like rag dolls. "Come on," Bast told me. "I can't let it hurt those people." "We can't stop it." But I didn't move. I wanted to believe Horace was giving me courage, or that maybe the past few days had finally woken up some dormant bravery gene that I'd inherited from my parents. But the truth was scarier. This time, nobody was making me take a stand. I wanted to do it. People were in trouble because of us. I had to fix it. I felt the same kind of instinct I felt when Sadie needed my help, like it was time for me to step up. And yes, it terrified me, but it also felt right. "Go on to the gate," I told Bast. "Take Sadie. I'll meet you there." "What, Carter?" "Go!" I imagined myself opening up the invisible locker, 13, 32, 33. I reached out my hand, but not for my dad's magic box. I concentrated on something I'd lost in Luxor. It had to be there. For a moment I felt nothing. Then my hand closed around a hard leather grip, and I pulled my sword out of nowhere. Bast's eyes widened. Impressive. "Get moving," I said. "It's my turn to run interference. You realize it will kill you." "Thanks for the vote of confidence. Now scat!" Bast took off at top speed, Sadie flapping to stay balanced on her arm. A shot rang out. I turned and saw the set animal plowing into a cop who just fired at its head, to no effect. The poor cop flew backwards and toppled over the metal detector gate. "Hey, Moose!" I screamed. The set animal locked its glowing eyes on me.
"Well done,"
Horace said.
"We will die with honor."
"Shut up," I thought. I glanced behind me to make sure Bast and Sadie were out of sight. Then I approached the creature. "So, you've got no name?" I asked it. "They couldn't think of one ugly enough?" The creature snarled, stepping over the unconscious policeman. "Set animal's too hard to say," I decided. "I'll call you Leroy." Apparently Leroy did not like his name. He lunged. I dodged his claws and managed to smack him on the snout with the flat of my blade, but that barely fazed him. Leroy backed up and charged again, slavering, baring his fangs. I slashed at his neck, but Leroy was too smart. He darted to the left and sank his teeth into my free arm. If it hadn't been for my makeshift leather arm guard, I would have been minus one arm. As it was, Leroy's fangs still bit clear through the leather. Red-hot pain shot up my arm. I yelled, and a primal surge of power coursed through my body. I felt myself rising off the ground, and the golden aura of the Hawk Warrior forming around me. The set animal's jaws were pried open so fast that it yelped and let go of my arm. I stood, now encased in a magical barrier twice my normal size, and kicked Leroy into the wall.